The millionaire leaned back in his leather chair, smirking as the cleaning lady froze in embarrassment. "If your little girl can translate what he just said," he laughed, nodding toward his Chinese business partner, "I will give you my job." Laughter rippled through the marble lobby, soft at first, then cruel. Nia stood beside her mother, her small hands gripping the red thread bracelet on her wrist. Her heart pounded, but her eyes did not waver. The man's gold watch gleamed under the chandelier as he leaned forward, certain the silence proved him right. But then, the little black girl opened her mouth. Every word that followed came out in perfect Mandarin. The laughter stopped. The air went still. Even the elevator's hum seemed to fade. By the time she finished, the man's face had changed completely. And the question hung in every corner of that grand hotel. How could he have ever underestimated her? Every morning, the Grandview Hotel came alive before the sun rose. The scent of lemon polish drifted through the lobby as Nia Carter sat quietly in a corner, sketching Chinese words in her small notebook. Her mother, Denise, pushed her cleaning cart across the marble floor, the soft rattle of wheels blending with the low hum of the elevators. Nia's world was simple, quiet, careful, unnoticed. She would wait for her mother to finish work, tracing characters she had learned by secretly listening to foreign guests. Her red thread bracelet brushed against the paper with every stroke, a rhythm only she understood. But not everyone saw the same magic in her world. Some hotel staff rolled their eyes when she walked by. One whispered, "The girl should not be here." Her mother only smiled and said, "She is learning just like anyone else." That afternoon, a group of wealthy businessmen arrived, their perfume mixing with the scent of fresh coffee from the lobby cafe. Their laughter echoed across the marble, sharp and heavy. Nia's mother hurried to clean their table before they sat down. When one of them dropped a document written in Chinese, Nia bent down and quietly picked it up. Her eyes scanned the words. She understood everyone. But before she could speak, the manager snapped, "Do not touch that, girl." Her mother apologized, bowing her head. Nia lowered her eyes too, though not out of guilt. Inside her, something stirred. A quiet voice asking why people like them were never expected to know more than how to serve. And that question grew louder when the richest man in the room turned to laugh at her mother. The laugh that would soon stop the entire lobby. Nia stood beside her mother as the group of men discussed loudly in Mandarin. Their words moved fast, sharp like a blade, but Nia followed every syllable. For a moment, she felt a small spark of pride. Maybe if she helped, they would see her differently. Hope flickered. When one businessman struggled to explain a phrase, Nia whispered the right word to her mother. Denise repeated it softly. The man smiled, surprised, and nodded. For the first time, Nia's heart lifted. But that moment vanished as quickly as it came. Mr. Hall, the millionaire, turned his head with a smirk. "Did she just try to translate me?" he said. His laughter filled the lobby. The others joined in. Denise's face flushed red as she muttered, "I am sorry, sir." Pain settled like a stone in Nia's chest. She stared down at her notebook, tracing a single word she had written earlier. Worth. Her mother had once told her, "You do not have to be loud to be strong." She took a deep breath. "Mama, I can help," she whispered. Denise shook her head quickly. "Not now, baby," but Mr. Hall was not done. He waved his hand toward the group. "If the little one wants to play translator, let her. If she can actually do it, her mother can take my job." The men laughed again. The bet stung deeper than words. Denise tried to protest, but the room had already turned into a stage. All eyes were on them. A mother, a child, and a man who thought kindness was weakness. Nia's small hand trembled as she closed her notebook. "You should not," her mother whispered. "I have to," Nia said softly, her voice steady. "If you were there, would you have said something or stayed silent?" She stepped forward, facing the crowd. The chandelier light gleamed on her bracelet as she spoke. Her tone was calm, her eyes firm, but inside, she felt the fear rising. Not of failure, but of proving them wrong in a world that never expected her to be right. And as she looked up at the man who had mocked her mother, the next words that formed on her lips would decide everything. The room went silent as Nia lifted her chin. Her small voice carried across the marble lobby, steady and clear. She repeated the Chinese sentence the businessman had just said, word for word, then translated it perfectly into English. At first, no one moved. The men froze mid-smile, their laughter dying in their throats. Even Mr. Hall blinked in disbelief. "Say that again," he demanded. Nia did. This time slower, her tone calm, confident. The Chinese partner nodded, eyes wide. "Perfect," he said softly. The sound of that one word broke something in the room, the weight of assumption, the easy arrogance. Mr. Hall's smirk vanished. He glanced at Denise, then back at the little girl who stood so still, so unshaken. How do you know Mandarin?" he stammered. Nia looked down at her notebook. "My mom cleans your floors," she said quietly, "so I listened while you talked. Words are free. I just picked them up." Her mother's eyes filled with tears. Pride and heartbreak mixed in the same breath. For a moment, no one spoke. The hum of the lobby lights, the soft shuffle of shoes, even the faint scent of coffee, everything felt suspended in time. Mr. Hall exhaled, his voice smaller now. "I did not mean," Nia interrupted gently. "You did not have to mean it. You just had to say it." He lowered his gaze, realizing the truth in her calm tone. The other men nodded respectfully. Then the Chinese businessman stepped forward and shook Nia's hand. "You have talent," he said. "Use it well." Her mother smiled through her tears, whispering, "That is my girl." Nia turned, her little fingers brushing the red thread on her wrist. The light from the chandelier glimmered against it, like quiet victory. Share this if you still believe kindness can change the world. The crowd began to move again, but Mr. Hall did not. He stood in silence, his reflection in the polished floor showing something rare: humility. And as Nia walked back to her mother's side, the sound of her small footsteps filled the lobby, steady, sure, and stronger than any voice that had mocked her. The next morning, the Grandview Hotel lobby looked the same. Polished floors, soft light, and the faint hum of the coffee machine. But something in the air had changed. Nia sat in her usual corner, her small notebook open again. This time she was not hiding it. Guests walked by, smiling, whispering to one another about the little girl who spoke Chinese better than anyone expected. Her mother moved quietly across the floor, her cleaning cart squeaking softly. When she reached Nia's corner, she paused, brushing her hand gently over her daughter's shoulder. "They are still talking about you," she said, smiling. Nia grinned, her red thread bracelet glinting in the morning light. "Then maybe they are finally listening." A few steps away, Mr. Hall entered the lobby. No suit, no entourage, just a man carrying 2 cups of coffee. He handed one to Denise. "For you," he said softly, "and for your daughter. I owe her more than words." Denise hesitated, then nodded. "Thank you, sir." He turned to Nia. "You reminded me what real intelligence looks like," he said. "It is not about status. It is about heart," Nia simply smiled. "My mother taught me that," she replied. As he walked away, the same Chinese partner from yesterday waved from across the lobby, greeting Nia with a polite bow. She returned it perfectly, confident, calm, and graceful. The red thread on her wrist caught the light again, glowing softly, a quiet reminder of everything that had changed without a single shout. Subscribe for more stories where silence turns into strength, and as the doors of the hotel opened to the bright morning sun, one question lingered in the air: how many worlds could change if we stopped judging who gets to speak?